Victory belongs to the most persevering. Success is the most convincing talker in the world. 10 people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. Courage isn't having the strength to go on, it is going on when you don't have strength. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. I have seen in the most significant of circumstances that some little thing always decides great events. It's the unconquerable soul of man, and not the nature of the weapon he uses, that ensures victory. Throw off your worries when you throw off your clothes at night. History is written by the winners. The truest wisdom is a resolute determination. Until you spread your wings, you'll have no idea how far you can fly. Success is the most convincing talker in the world. Imagination governs the world. Ability is of little account without opportunity. A leader is a dealer in hope. One must change one's tactics every 10 years if one wishes to maintain one's superiority. The greater the man, the less is he opinionative, he depends upon events and circumstances. The best cure for the body is a quiet mind. Men take only their needs into consideration, never their abilities. Nothing is more difficult, and therefore more precious, than to be able to decide. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action comes, stop thinking and go in. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. As a rule, it is circumstances that make men. Courage cannot be counterfeited, it is one virtue that escapes hypocrisy. Space I can recover, time, never. I make my battle plans from the spirit of my sleeping soldiers. We are waging war as generous enemies, and we wish only to crush the tyrants who enslave you. You don't reason with intellectuals, you shoot them. Soldiers generally win battles, generals get credit for them. A throne is only a bench covered with velvet. The army is the true nobility of our country. In politics, stupidity is not a handicap. I saw the crown of France laying on the ground, so I picked it up with my sword. Power is my mistress. I have worked too hard at her conquest to allow anyone to take her away from me. In politics, never retreat, never retract, never admit a mistake. The great difficulty with politics is that there are no established principles. I love power like a musician loves music. I can no longer obey, I have tasted command, and I cannot give it up. A constitution should be short and obscure. You become strong by defying defeat and by turning loss and failure into success. Public opinion is the thermometer a monarch should constantly consult. Always carry champagne. In victory you deserve it, and in defeat you need it. Those who receive the most images into their memories have the most lively imaginations. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Skepticism is a virtue in history as well as in philosophy. The greatest danger occurs at the moment of victory. I start out by believing the worst. Never depend on the multitude, full of instability and whims. Always take precautions against it. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. When you have an enemy in your power, deprive him of the means of ever injuring you. You must not fight too often with one enemy, or you will teach him all your art of war. There are only two forces that unite men, fear and interest. Let France have good mothers, and she will have good sons. The future destiny of a child is always the work of the mother. One should never forbid what one lacks the power to prevent. The surest way to remain poor is to be an honest man. The great proof of madness is the disproportion of one's designs to one's means. The French complain of everything, and always. Show me a family of readers, and I will show you the people who move the world. A woman laughing is a woman conquered. The poor man and the beggar are two quite different classes. One commands respect, the other arouses anger. Friends must always be treated as if one day they might be enemies. It is the cause, not the death, that makes the martyr. Courage is like love. It must have hope for nourishment. For hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets. Ordinarily men exercise their memory much more than their judgment. I know he's a good general, but is he lucky? It is astonishing what power words have over men. The fool has one great advantage over a man of sense. He is always satisfied with himself. History is the version of past events that people have decided to agree upon. Men are moved by two levers only, fear and self-interest. To understand the man you have to know what was happening in the world when he was 20. Greatness is nothing unless it be lasting. You medical people will have more lives to answer for in the other world than even we generals.